Hi everybody, Patti and Debbie from Print and Pixel Studio, and today we're going to do a project that we've never done before, so it's kind of a experiment here. We're making little mini altered book journals. I guess that's what we call them. And what we're using are these little composition books from the dollar store, where you get like 3 of them in a bunch for, what is it, $1.25 now, I guess. So they're pretty reasonably priced, and they're a neat little size. You can, just put them in your purse, or, leave them by your bedside, maybe make notes, maybe take them to Bible study or something. You could make them that way, and you could keep notes in there, from your classes. So anyhow, I guess we'll just get started, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, before we start, I want to, and so does Debbie, want to mention one of our viewers from France was so generous in sending us, where are they? Did we put them away?
Put them away. Hang on.
Oh no. Debbie was tidying up. She put them away. But anyway, I could show you what I did with one of them in my little altered book. Here we go. She sent these to us and has more that she's offered to send us, digitals of these original French documents that she has a collection of. And we thought that was so kind of her. And her name, and Mary, I hope we're pronouncing this correct. It's Mary von Herholz. And we want to thank you so much for sending these, because they're just gorgeous. And we had a lot of fun using them today in our project. And like I say, this is one page that I did in the one I'm working on. And I just thought I put the whole page, as much of it as I could, into this book because I thought it was just so gorgeous. But anyway, nice. We wanted to be sure and mention her because that was awfully kind of her. And so I guess what we'll start off doing is just kind of showing you what we've made so far and kind of the things that we've learned while putting these together, and little tips that we can pass on to you. And then we're just going to do the cover on one for the video today. We won't go ahead and put the whole thing, decorate the whole thing. But anyway, we're going to show you some that are decorated. So this is the one that I'm working on, and it's not finished yet because these actually take some time to do. Right, Deb?
Definitely.
Yeah. We were thinking, we'll just whip these right out, no problem. Because we have seen other folks do videos on these, and they seem to be able to whip right through them. Well, you know how we are. We have to overthink everything, so that didn't work for us. And another thing that didn't work for us is we tried, and I don't know what we're doing wrong, and if anybody has any suggestions, please mention them and tell us about them in the comments, because we tried to color these pages like we see other people do, and we had no success with that. No paints. What was the other thing we tried?
Coffee.
Coffee dyed. Now we will show you what we did come up with coffee dyeing, but coffee dyeing by just painting it on and all that, it just didn't work for us. I don't know why. The paints didn't really cover that well, even though on some of them we gessoed the pages. It still didn't have the look we were going for, I guess you could say. So in this book that I'm working on, I went ahead and covered the pages with other paper. Now, another thing that we were told, or in the videos, that you're supposed to do is you're supposed to count so many pages, like count 6 pages and glue 3, or 3 pages and glue 2, or whatever it was. we aren't good at that. We were about page 3. We were totally confused. So that isn't the way we did ours, and we'll tell you how we did do them. Now, and Debbie came up with a thought. Let's see, if you go to the center. What was your thing about going to the center, Debbie?
The center, and then going back out towards the front and the back.
Yeah, in other words, counting backwards from the back. You'd count 1, 2, 3, and then glue 2, or whatever it is, and the same going front ways. I don't know, the whole thing was confusing to us. And
so you have the center line, because what happened when we did our first 2 is we were off on our paper count, and we when we got to the center, we had glued it together
Yeah,
accidentally. So
because we had never made it before, and we were just, kind of like flying by the seat of our pants. But now,
like always.
what? Yeah,
Like
we always
always.
do. We'll listen to the instructions, and then we'd go about it our own way. I don't know why we bother to look at the instructions.
I know. We listened
Anyway.
to a few minutes of the instructions and then
Yeah,
we have
right.
no patience and just
Right.
dive right in.
No.
Yeah.
Did I say glue 3, glue 2? What was it? So we went ahead and just started doing our own thing. And in my case, like I say, I covered the pages with other papers. I'm going to show you kind of how I came up with that and did it in a little bit. But now here's the thing with that. I understand now why you count 6 pages and glue 3 together or whatever it is. It's because so you can minimize the amount of pages that you have in here, because it doesn't take long for this little guy to get thick. And that's what's happening to me. So what I decided was the easiest thing for me to do is find the center, and then if I want to remove some of the pages, I just go through and carefully, I hope you can see this, carefully tear back the page. And you have to do it from the center, because if you don't do it, let's see, have I already messed up? No, here we go. Okay. If you don't do it from the center, then you run the chance of tearing a page here, and it's hooked up to a page back in here somewhere. So now you have loose pages where you don't want loose pages. So the secret to it is keeping that middle section available to tear out pages. And by the time you get to this part, you'll realize if you need to tear out more pages or not. I don't know, that sounds kind of confusing. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
But this is where I tear the pages out, is in the middle section where you see the stitching there. Because that way you can remove stitches and they'll come, pages, and they'll come like this. Well, I think that's one I glued, that's why it's not working. They'll come out together so that you have this whole section that comes out. That gives you 2 pages coming out here. It's kind of one of those things you just have to figure it out on your own. But if you don't do that, and let's say you're back in here, and you figure, okay, and you can see that you're not in the middle. Okay, I want to get rid of some pages. So if you tear this page out, it could be connected, and probably is, up here to this page, which you've already decorated. So now you're in trouble, because now this page is not going to be held into the book. So believe me, if you want to get rid of pages and you're not doing the counting system, work from the middle and just carefully tear a page out, and this one will come with it because they'll be connected. In this case, they're not, because I glued these 2 together when I was trying to do the counting part. But what will happen is you'll get, if it's like this, you'll get both of these pages to come out very easily, and then you can eliminate some of the pages. I don't know. I hope that explains it. But if you guys have the secret to counting, for those of us that are counting handicapped, let us know in the description. But we just got lost with that. I don't know why. Didn't you also, that happened to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I ended up with the center being off. That's why. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. But anyway, it all worked out. But if you want to eliminate some of those pages an easy way, that's the way to do it. So, like I say, here we are, and I just went ahead and covered the pages with paper, and then I added a few things. Another thing that we did today was we had a challenge amongst ourselves that we couldn't use anything, we couldn't buy anything to make these, well, of course, other than the little composition books. We had to use everything from our scrap bins because we want to use them up so we can refill with some new stuff. We were running out of scrap, and we thought, let's try and use up as much as we can, and then fill in with new stuff. So that's what we did. All the pieces that you see in here are all leftovers from other projects that we've already done, or we stole pieces off of projects that were already done that were in our little kit to save, but we kind of cheated and took from some of them. But anyhow, we glued the papers down onto the pages, and then in this case, we had a scrap of fabric that we had done a video on one time about how we adhered fabric to cardstock using plastic bags or plastic wrap. So we had a little scrap of that left over. So I just took that, put a stamp of the bird stamp on there, and made a pocket out of it. And it came out great. And then here, of course, is music paper. And here I made a mistake because I had another piece of music paper, this music paper as a matter of fact, that I needed to add to the center here, because I glued half the paper here and half the paper here. And I'm going to demonstrate that so you'll see it in a few minutes. And then put a piece of that paper in the middle. Well, not thinking about it, the paper is very crispy because it's so old, so it didn't hold up for very long in the middle here where the book folds, and it tore, as you can kind of see the line there. So I just took masking tape, inked it, and went over the center of it, and it works fine. And then I added this. This is a piece from that playing card video that we did where we, what did we do? What do we call it? Altered playing cards. That's the word I'm trying to say. And then here again is that piece from Mary that that she sent to us, and I used it here because I thought it was so great looking. And then we had the little pieces left over from when we did the video on the glue frames that we made, and a little piece of ephemera there that came off of a piece we found at the thrift store. And then here is where I'm going to do this demonstration of how to put the papers in the page. And we're also going to demonstrate how to cover the outside of the book. Now here is a really cool one. This is one that Debbie did. And this was a struggle. All right, Deb?
It's a mistake from the get-go.
But you know how it is. Sometimes your mistakes turn out to be the best thing. So what happened here was she had gone ahead and put the cover on the front of the book and on the back of the book. And then this is where we started. I'm going to show you back here first. This is where she started to paint the coffee on. Did not work. It just didn't work.
It
right?
wouldn't absorb into the paper. It was really weird. The pages would get wet, but it wouldn't hold the coffee.
Yeah, there must be some kind of a treatment that they've done to these papers in these books that is not susceptible to coffee dyeing. I've seen other people do it, but I don't know how. So anyway, you went ahead then and tell them how you did this process.
Well, the coffee wasn't working, so then I got watercolors, and I put that on there, and it held a little bit of the color, but not much. I was using brown and light brown watercolors, but now it looks like moldy paper.
But look at this. Is that cool? Look at that.
Yeah, the edges
How
came
cool
out
is
really
that?
cool.
Well, the color and everything. I mean, it came out cool. This looks like some granny had this in her, she lives here in Florida, and it flooded during a hurricane. And 20 years later, her kids found it in the attic. You know, I mean, it looks great, I think. I was thrilled with it. And Debbie goes, oh no, I'm not even going to show it. I said, yes, because it's perfect. I mean, this is what people strive for. You know, does this not look like it's 1,000 years old? Yes, it does. This is a new paper group that we're working on, so we don't have it in the shop yet, but we will. Okay, so then she made a little dangle for it out of some scraps that we had, and some piece of our, in case you haven't seen it in our shop lately, we're selling hand-stamped fabric pieces. And so then she came inside here and decided to do it kind of like, I guess your thinking was kind of like a family album type thing or what?
I don't know, just somebody,
Oh,
little mementos, I don't know. I
Yeah.
just had a couple of old pictures that
yeah. Anyway, I just thought it came out adorable. I mean, she's not done decorating it yet because this, quite frankly, took us a lot longer to do than we had anticipated. We thought, oh, this will be a breeze. We're just gonna, God, that's cute. Debbie, where'd you get that?
Oh, that's out of that music newspaper stuff. We have
Oh,
that.
look how cute that is.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I was saying, this is taking a lot longer than we had originally anticipated. But we're having a lot of fun with it, you know. And the fact that this is something we're going to do again, I am anyway. I think this came out great. But whatever it is they put on that paper coating, it is not susceptible, or you know.
Now I used regular coffee. I didn't use instant coffee. Maybe that would work. Instant coffee. I didn't have instant.
I don't know why
But-
that would make a difference,
I
but
don't know.
anyway, whatever happened to it, I just think the thing came out great. And like I say, I just think I love it, and I'm definitely going to try this. Now you were saying about next time you would just dunk the whole thing.
I would not put I started with the cover, which was dumb because I probably would have tried to coffee dye the whole thing without any decoration or cover on it first, versus I had started with the cover, putting that on.
Yeah, I did that with mine too, and I wouldn't do that now. I would do the cover last. But anyway, nonetheless, this thing came out great. I just think I mean, it couldn't look any older or more naturally aged.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't look fake. Well, anyway, I just think she did a great job on this, and I think it came out perfect.
Yeah.
And now save that one for last. And then here, she took napkin. We have these napkins for sale in the shop, and so she took one, and we love this blue pattern, and you know, took the backing off of it. So made it so it's a single ply is what I'm trying to say. She took all. You did do a single ply,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
yes.
Okay. And so she took all the white off so that she just had the single ply blue color. And then, you want to tell them how you did it, or?
Well, these I gessoed because it would show through, the cover would show through the napkin. So I put gesso on first, let that dry. Then I painted Mod Podge on top of the gesso and laid the napkin in it because I wanted to still feel the napkin texture.
The paper texture.
Paper texture.
Yeah. Did you gesso over the black too?
I did because I wrapped. No, I did not over the black. Well, did I? I don't know. Gosh. I think I did. But it showed through anyway.
Yeah. And then she just wrapped the napkin
Yeah,
all
that
the way
one I
around.
just wrapped, yeah.
And it came out great, and it opens perfect, no problem. And then you just trimmed it with scissors?
Yeah, and I used a nail file on the edges.
Uh-huh.
You know, just kind of sanded
Yeah.
the edges off.
And it has a real great, it still has that paper, almost linen feel to it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could do it where you decoupage the napkin
Yeah.
over it if you wanted, but I like to still feel the
I do too.
texture
I
of
like
the
I like to
napkin.
feel the texture of it. And again, this isn't decorated inside.
No.
We were just showing you how to do the covers on
yeah,
this.
different cover ideas.
Right. Okay, so here she took, and this turned out super cute. And this again, let's see, I don't think we have this group in the shop yet.
No.
This is a new group that we're bringing out on the fabric, stamped fabric. But so she took fabric, of course, as you can see here. Oh, you also gessoed on this, right?
Right.
Yeah. She gessoed this part of the
I mean,
book,
You could
not the
cover
black.
it with paper and white paper or something, or if you wanted to.
Yeah.
If you didn't have gesso, or I don't know.
Yeah, or you could put acrylic paint on it, something like that.
something
Yeah.
to cover it up. But that's just what we had.
Right, and it worked out good. Anyway, so she gessoed the front of it and the back of it. Not the black part, of course, but just the print. And then let that dry, and then did you use Mod Podge or
No,
Fabri-tac?
Fabri-tac.
And then took Fabri-tac and glued the fabric on cut them out, to fit, and then frayed the edges.
Yep.
Okay, but super cute. This is a really cute idea. And then just tied it with the ribbon. Cute, cute, cute. So I guess that brings us to the part, I'll show you how I did the pages on this. I just had something I was going to say, and I can't remember what it was now, naturally. 12 o'clock tonight, I'll think of it. Okay, so like I say, I was having trouble. I tried the watercolor and everything on mine. Not really, this is trial and error with coffee and watercolor. But when you just do the plain watercolor, it doesn't really work that well. Did you think? The colors?
No.
I didn't either. But the fact that she did the coffee and the watercolor, she got this great look. But anyway, I had struggled trying to get some kind of color on my pages that I liked, and I wanted it to have, I had already chosen this paper for my cover. So I kind of wanted something to go in this feel, and since the coffee dyeing wasn't working at the beginning, I just went ahead and decided, okay, nuts with that. I'm just going to take some of our scrap papers from some of our kits that we have in the shop and just start gluing them onto the pages. This particular piece, I just cut around the design of the book, and this is one solid piece. And I just laid it out, took my, where is he? This guy, the bone folder, and scrunched in the center here so I had a good fold, and then glued him down. And so it's easy to do one whole piece of paper as well if you have that much scrap. And this one is done like I'm going to show you here. This is another piece that was done each page separately. But you have to be careful here because whatever you put in the middle, you want to make sure that it's flexible enough that it won't break, where that's what happened here because the paper was too old. This is another one that's the solid, just one piece of paper, and then bone folder down the middle to make sure I had a sharp fold to it. So this one, what I'm thinking here is, we had made this paper, oh gosh, I don't know, couple months ago or so, I guess, more than that maybe. There's a video on it. This is another, isn't this one where we put it on the, this is freezer paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's tissue paper on freezer paper.
Right. We had found some old crumpled up tissue paper, and we were able to, in the toile pattern, and we were able to save it. It was all balled up really tight, but we thought, what the heck, let's give it a try. So we took it, and I think we added some kind of coffee or something to this too, greens, that you can see here, the little dark textures in there. And we ironed it onto freezer paper, and that's what's on the back here. We'll link the video below so you can see how we did that. But anyway, we had a scrap of this left over. And so I was thinking this would be super cute in here. And I was having trouble thinking what I want to put. I didn't have enough. You could see if I put them together like this, I've got leftovers on the edges that would show. So I need to bring them to the edge, and then I need to put something in the middle. And here again is a scrap of that muslin with one of our stamps on it, and I thought this would be kind of cute here, like that. And then in another video we did, we had printed on fabric, and so this, we'll link that video too, in case you want to see that. And so I thought this would be cute. And then I thought, how do I want to put this on? Do I want to take her and take one of these little photograph mounts that you get out of a photograph album and stick this on the bottom down here and hold it? And I like that. I might do that because it would make a cute little pocket, tuck spot. And then I thought maybe I should just go ahead and not do that in case somewhere down the road I have another idea for that page, and I'll just use one of these little tiny clippies from Tim Holtz. These guys. What's he call them? Tiny clips? Duh. So I thought I'll just use her and clip her onto the side. Since I'm not through with this thing yet, and I don't know what I want to do. But if I do decide, I can come back with these, the picture holders. Now this one, I just went ahead and I don't really care about having that big piece of black paper show out there, so I just trimmed it down so it would just make a square like this, and it's plenty support just to tuck something in there and hold it. Okay, so on these now, let's see, it's good to put some kind of paper behind your pages so that you don't, glue them together, get glue all over the thing you've just finished previous. Okay, and this one I'm going to use Yes Paste on, and here's another little tip. You might be able to use Fabri-tac. I don't know, we didn't try Fabri-tac on the pages. Definitely you don't want to use, well you could, but you don't want to use, we didn't want to use the glitter glue because it has a tendency to curl the pages. Like we say, Fabri-tac might work okay. A lot of people use glue stick. We never have a lot of success with that, right?
We just, I wouldn't say we have it. It sticks, but we just don't feel like it would last long.
Yeah, we've had stuff come up.
We're just, yeah.
So we stick to, for this kind of thing, and another reason is it never curls the paper. It's always flat. You don't have any trouble with it. So we use Yes Paste. Now, it is a little expensive to buy at first. I think it's $24 or something. But my gosh, it lasts
That's a lifetime.
for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've been crafting a lot with it, and we have tons still. And you have a little bit of working time, too, which is
you
really
do, which is really good.
Because I find the glitter glue sets up so fast if you
need
to adjust.
This stuff you can actually, even sometimes you can pick it up and relay the thing down again if you don't have it right. I don't know where my other little spatula is. It's really better than this, but, oh yeah. You can use a credit card too. That works great. We've even been known to use brushes, so. Okay, so you just want to put a thin layer of that down, and then I went ahead and inked this because I wanted to see how it would look before we did the video. And I want to bring it out. See what I mean about it gives you time to mess around with. So I want to bring it out and line it up right to the edge of the page, the outside edge. This paper has a really good feel to it. It feels like handmade paper. Okay. Okay, I've already got this going. All right, here we go again. Oh, these things, did we get these off Amazon? I think we might have. These things are, it comes in a set, and it's real inexpensive. I can't remember the price, but it's super inexpensive. And it comes in several different types of plastic little spatula things. And they're really great, and they're flexible, so they're easy to use. And they're perfect for spreading glue. Okay, and make sure you get, along the line there. Why am I? Okay. So we had kind of a fun idea we were thinking about doing. And you guys can leave comments in the comment section and see if you think it's something that you'd be interested in. We've never used our community page on our YouTube channel. Okay, before I get into that, I'll finish gluing this. Okay, then, whoops, wait a minute. I gotta ink this side. Well, just the inside, I guess. Actually, I don't need to because I'm going to cover it with fabric, so don't pay any attention to me. We don't need to ink this yet. The only reason I did the other one is I wanted to see how it would turn out inked. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this piece over to the very edge of the paper, the outside edge, and make sure that you're, in this case, I want to make sure that I'm lined up with the pattern. Come on. With pretty much with the pattern on the other side. If you're doing two separate patterns, it won't make any difference, but you see what I mean here? I want to make sure that this is kind of centered. Yeah, a little off here, but that's okay. Okay, and just press it down really good all the way around. You can use your bone folder, but this paper, because it's tissue, is soft and sometimes it'll tear, so I'm just using my hands. And a piece of paper. All right. And just make sure that you're pressing down around the edges really well. Okay. Now what you're going to want to do is trim where your paper is overhanging the original sheet here. It's hard to see with these lights, but white on white is not the easiest thing to trim, but it's okay. And just trim it along the edge there. Yeah. And the same up on top. They're not, it's a little difficult to trim because of the fact that you've got the other part of the book hanging down, but if you just take your time, you'll be able to do it. Be easier probably if you're left-handed. So anyway, while I'm trimming this, I guess we could talk about this other thing. So we were thinking that it might be kind of fun to get our community page going on YouTube. And we thought a fun idea would be, well, the reason that this came up is because somebody asked us about it. And we thought it would be a fun idea what we could do is if you make a project that was inspired by one of our videos, well, I mean, you can come on the community page anytime, but one reason was if you make a project that was inspired by one of our videos and you wanted to post pictures of how yours came out and leave tips and tricks about what you learned from the process that might help the rest of us, you know, because Debbie and I are always open to suggestions on how we could do something better. And anyway, what would happen is I checked on YouTube, and you would have to send it to us, your picture to us on the email, and then in the email state that you give your permission for us to post your picture on our community page. And then we could post it on there, and all of our viewers could look at it, we could look at it, and have a lot of fun, you know, seeing what kind of ideas that you guys come up with. You know, we always talk about them, but we never get to see any in person. Mm-hmm. And what brought it up was one of our viewers said, oh, I feel just like, or oh, I wish I could come and sit with you guys and craft. And we thought, well, you know what? We could do that. Even though we're all in different cities and different parts of the world, it's not necessarily that we'd be crafting together at the same time, but we would be crafting a project and you guys could craft a project and we could share the projects, you know, back and forth, which would be fun. So if you guys are interested in that, I think we're going to go ahead and set that page up and then we'll see. And also, if you happen to have a YouTube channel and you want to have us link over to your YouTube channel so the viewers could look at the project that you made over there, we could do that too. So anyway, it's just, you know, as it goes along, we can think of different ways to use it, but we thought the community page would be fun and we would have more interaction with each other, you know, on the projects that we do. So,
For sure.
huh?
I said for sure. It'd be
Yeah.
fun.
So we're going to set that up and we'll see how it goes. And, you know, like I say, if you have your own YouTube channel, like I know several of our viewers do, it would be fun to link over there, and you could show what you have made, or you could show it on the community page here, and we could link over to your YouTube channel. Anyway, just to make it more like we are a group of, you know, crafters sitting around the table together. And you don't even have to link, you don't even have to have a picture of anything. You could just go in on the community page. I think you could, well, no, you can't, but you could. I don't know why YouTube doesn't let your community, your followers, go in on the community page.
And post, you mean?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't. So you would have to email us, and then we could post something on there for you. But anyway, as we get into it, we'll better explain what to do and how to do it. Okay, so let's get back to this. So trimming this guy. And it takes a little bit of time this way where you glue the papers down, but I kind of like the way it turns out. I think it comes out pretty cool. And this would not, well, I mean, I guess you could finish it all in one day, but myself, this was going to take, you know, a few days to complete.
You can even do them on the full-size composition books.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't just have to be the tiny ones. But I'll tell you what this has done is now, after I finish this, am I in the camera? I want to do an altered book using a regular book, because I think that would be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Now, you can see here that because of the fact that I'm adding a lot of stuff to this book, it's not going to come out even Steven here. But that doesn't bother me. I don't care. I like the way it is. I've been inking the edges all along, and I don't mind that it's not, you know, perfectly flat.
Gives it character.
It does give it character. And I mean, if that bothered me, I would put some kind of trim around the edge of the cover, but I'm not going to. In fact, I'm kind of thinking that what I'm going to do is, because I didn't add a tie in between the papers before I started, I'm thinking I'm going to punch a hole here and on the back and put a grommet in there and then tie at the front. But I don't mind that. Do you?
No.
I don't either. I like it. It doesn't seem to do it at the top so much, but on the sides. But I try to trim off anything that looks too obvious. Like here, I've got a little bit of lace coming around here. Trim that. You know, as I go, I kind of punch it, hold it together, and anything that sticks out way too far, I try to trim. Okay, so here we are, and we've got this piece now, this page put together. And I think I'll ink it before I do the center piece. Got a place there. I think I might have to add some glue. And just go around. You can ink it or not ink it. It's up to you. Come on, buddy.
We're getting ready to go on a road trip.
Yeah, Debbie and I are going to be gone. In fact, we're going to do a video next weekend, but the following weekend we won't be doing a video. We're leaving, what is it, the 11th?
Yeah.
And we're going to George's longest yard sale. And we're going to be gone for 7 days. We can't wait.
The yard sale's only 2 days, but we're going to do some thrifting and stuff.
Yeah.
And some thrift shops and stuff on the way
Right.
up and back. So
Right.
hopefully we can find some new stuff to craft with.
Right. Yeah, we're getting low on stuff. So we were talking about that today. So anyway, I'm going to put this in the middle here so that when it folds up, of course, you know, you won't see that ugly seam. Now I need to trim a little bit of this off. Hopefully not too much. Well, I think once I get it shredded, it'll be okay. Okay. So I'm just going to use the pokey tool and shred the edges here. Oh, another one of our viewers was asking about saying that they wanted to see more pictures of my new little dog, Zelda. Well, we're going to put one up. We have I have a picture that I got a couple days ago. Zelda and my husband sitting together in the chair, very intent on watching this YouTube video, and it's a YouTube video on how to train your Jack Russell Terrier. Which, to those of you who don't know, we adopted a little dog and we did not realize it was the Jack Russell Terrier.
And a puppy Jack
And
Russell.
a puppy Jack Russell Terrier. That's not what they told us when we adopted her, but but she's a lot of fun. Okay, so I think that's how I'm going with it, and I guess I'll use some Fabri-tac on this. Don't we have those little things of Fabri-tac? I thought we had those little bottles. These take forever to come out. We've had the weirdest weather. It's really cold and then it's really hot, and it's affecting the glue somehow. Is that one coming out? Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit of the Fabri-tac and I'm going to go down the edges here. Okay, a little bit too much there. Alrighty. And just kind of center it over that crease in the middle. Yeah. Squeeze him down and see how he goes. Put a little bit more here. Whoa. This is not having a hard time coming out.
I know, right?
No. That's the way it goes. We either don't have any or we have too much. Yeah, I like that. It's cute. Okay. And once that Fabri-tac dries, it'll hold perfectly, and you can camouflage. And I like mine kind of loose along the edges, so that's why I didn't glue it down solid. And then I just took this little lady and put her on a piece of cardstock. I don't need to really bother to ink the back of her because it's not going to show anyway. Okay. And then, like I say, I was going to put that little picture holder on here, but I don't think I am because I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with her now, or I mean later. So I'm going to use one of Tim Holtz's teeny tiny clips, which
Tiny clips, that's what
tiny clips, yeah, they're tiny already. Okay, perfect. Am I in screen
No,
here?
you are.
Okay. So I thought she came out cute. But you can see these are a lot of fun to do. I've got it clipped to too many pages, but it doesn't matter. But these are a lot of fun to do, and you can get really creative with them. Okay, so the next thing we're going to show you here, and at nighttime I like to put this under something heavy, and then when you get up in the morning she's nice and flat again, especially since I'm putting so much stuff in here. Okay, so this time we're going to show you how to cover the outside. I'm not going to do anything to the inside. And this would pertain not only to paper, but also to Debbie's. Basically, it's the same idea for Debbie's fabric as well, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so the first thing I want to do is decide, of course, what paper I want to use. And this is, see, I kind of had it lined up here before. Let me see. Okay, so pretty much what I do is I just take my paper, and kind of keep bearing in mind that I'm going to leave this black like it is. So you want to lay your paper down and kind of get an idea where that edge is for the edge of the black. It's kind of hard to see because this is black on black, but kind of you can feel it when you take your bone folder and run your bone folder right down the edge of that, black spine. Okay, and then, getting crowded here on space, okay, and then when I get down to the bottom, I just take and hold the paper tight and run my thumb along the edge there, and that gives you a place where you can cut your paper. And then also, since this is a big piece of paper, I like to do it along the edge too. And it gives you kind of a starting point on where to trim your paper.
Do you think you could use these for that too, maybe? No?
I don't know. I think you could.
Yeah.
You could try it. Yeah. You know, I just use the bone folder, but you could sure try it. Anything that you could make a line with. And give yourself a little extra so you don't cut yourself short, because you can always trim later. All right, let's see how this is going to go. Yeah, okay. So probably the best thing to do here is go ahead and glue this down, and before you trim this piece, so you can trim some of it off. But you'd rather have a little more than not enough, of course. Okay. And again, using Yes Paste, because it sticks to everything, and you get a good flat adhesion. You have that little guy, he seems to work better on these. So yeah, we're getting excited to go on our trip.
Yes.
Yeah, Bob, my husband, was going to go with us, but now it's just going to be Deb and I, which is probably good because it's more of a girls' thing anyway. He would be bored to death. He did go with me, though, when the original time that I went, years ago, I went. And he and I went together, and that was fun. But now I think he would be bored.
Has to take care of little Zelda now.
Right. He has responsibilities. He has a Jack Russell Terrier now. He talked to his son the other night, and he said, "Oh yeah, we got a dog." And Michael goes, "Yeah, what kind did you get?" And he said, "A Jack Russell Terrier." And he goes, "Are you nuts?" For those that might not have been watching our channel, We didn't know we were getting a Jack Russell Terrier. We adopted him from the Humane Society. I didn't know there was such a thing as a wired hair Jack Russell Terrier. But she's a cutie pie. She's a good kid. Okay, so pretty much that's it. And the fabric would be basically the same idea, right, Deb?
I just use Fabri-tac for that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay, and then just trim around your edges. If we weren't filming this, I would let this dry a little bit before I trim. It's easier. But this works. Okay. Yeah, cute. Yeah, cute. I love it.
that paper.
I do too. This is a group that's in our shop. Have to write down the name. I can't even remember what it was.
French blue
French
floral,
blue
I think.
Yeah, French blue floral. Yeah, cute. Okay, and then on the back, I thought I would do the diamond shape. Make sure I'm going the right way here. And I'm kind of thinking I want to show the aged part of it. So let's see. Yeah, okay. So in this case, I want to make sure that I'm using this, and I'm thinking that I probably want it on the edge here because of the fact that this is not, so it would come out like this with the edge, the more antique section being closer to this edge so that it lines up with the cleaner edge here.
Yeah.
So in that case, we want to make sure that we've got this guy going like this. And if I'd have been thinking about it, after I cut out that other piece, I could have, well, no, because I was going to say I could have used that as a pattern, but some of this out of the way. Okay, so again, you want to kind of get an idea where that black, your bone or your spine cover is, that black spine cover. Whoops. Kind of go up here. Hand me one of those. We'll try one, then we'll know if it works or not. Get this straight. Thanks. Okay, and here. Yeah, either way. There you go. Try the bigger end. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So let's cut here. And I kind of know where the bottom of that thing is, so I want to leave a little extra. All right. So again, we're just going to line this up, glue him on, and then we can trim any excess that we have. I want to make sure that he's straight. Yeah, okay. So when we come back from our adventures, we're probably going to be able to open up our new shop. We'll still have Print and Pixel, but we have Katie's bits and pieces that we're opening, that we're going to do, as like we talked about before, we're going to do smalls, little antique pieces and stuff that we find in our travels, that we think might be kind of fun for you guys to look at or purchase or whatever. But we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, we find some neat stuff when we're looking for paper.
Yeah. And we've thought for a long time we need to do something with some of this stuff, because a lot of it we go ahead and buy because we can't help it. But yeah, we find some great stuff. It's mostly like home decor and that kind of thing. But a lot of stuff that, they may be antique or vintage, but they mix in well with modern.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see something here. That's okay. It's just not cut straight on that side. Okay. All right. Not to panic. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so just smooth it down. Like I say, you can use your bone folder if you want. And then we're going to go ahead and trim off any excess that we have. And one other thing with that Yes Paste, look at this flat, nice, no bubble finish you get. It's perfect. See how flat that is?
I love it.
Yeah, I know. It's great. Mm-hmm. Well, it is actually made for bookmakers, bookbinders, I guess they're called. Is what it's made for.
Yeah, they call it stick flat glue.
And it does.
Sticks flat.
It does. No bubbles ever. I've never.
Acid free.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have. It's 100% acid free.
Yeah.
Perfect for archival work.
Mm-hmm.
Won't wrinkle.
Yeah, and like I say, it's a little bit of an investment when you first get it, but gosh, it lasts forever, and you never have any worries with it.
No, and it's non-toxic.
Yes, right.
Huge. Yeah, when we're working with glues all day long.
Right.
That's important.
Right. Let's see the white on white again here. Okay. Oh, we have something else to tell.
What?
About Madison.
Oh, yes, Madison.
Madison is Debbie's granddaughter, my great-granddaughter, and is she 8 now or 7?
She'll be 8 this year in May, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it she does? Jiu-jitsu?
Now you're going to make me, I just got where I can say it, and now I can't. You're going to make me mess up. Jiu-jitsu.
Right.
She started doing jiu-jitsu, and she got first place, gold medal, won all 3 of her.
Right.
I don't know what they call them.
I don't know what they call them either, but
I don't know. Fights? I don't know.
well, I hate to think of fight.
Yeah, but yes,
Debbie and I don't like to go
medal.
watch because they flip them to the floor and
Yeah.
everything else. It's like big time
Yeah.
war games. Well, no, it's
Last
not war
week
games.
they had their ice skating competitions, and they both did really good.
Yeah.
And this week, Madison had her jiu-jitsu there. I said it. Competition, and went really good.
One thing about Madison, her folks weren't going to have to worry about anybody messing with her. She just flatten them.
I know, right?
Right.
I think that's the point with her dad.
I'm sure it is.
He's a girl dad now.
I'm sure.
I pity the boys that later in life that come into their. Oh gosh.
Okay, well, you can see how easy this is. And look at this cover. I mean, with that Yes paste, it's like, you know, we know a professional didn't do it, but you can look and see it looks like one did, because there is no wrinkles, no air bubbles, no nothing. Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, that one came out so cute.
Really cute,
I love
isn't it? Yeah, I love that paper.
Now it's ready to
Ready to
decorate pages.
fill. Right.
Yep.
Once you learn how to count, which I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do that.
Well, there's a lot of, how many are in there? 60 pages?
There's 60 pages in here. Now, you get 60 pages decorated, you would have a book like this. So you're going to have to take some out. But, you know, there's a lot of videos that teach you how to count and how many to glue together and all that kind of thing. So you might want to check that out. We don't have it down.
No, I was just doing 2 at a time together, but
yeah,
that's
and you get a nice firm page that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that now, if we were doing it in a regular book, yeah, I might do it that way. Look, I can even find the middle of this one. That's weird. Oh, here it is. But for this type of thing, I think I would just start clearing some out from the center.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
you just
know?
have to be careful. That thread's kind of fragile.
Yeah, but if you just took it,
Yeah.
if you just took it real and pulled to the outside like this, let's see. Naturally, this one doesn't want to tear. Okay, there. And just carefully, oh, it's because I have 2 pages, I think. Come on, is it? No, just one. Yeah. Yeah, you do have to be very careful. But see, then the other side just kind of comes right out, she says. There. Yeah. So if you get one side out, this paper seems heavier than the other. I'm sure it's not. It just feels that way. It is heavier, unless this is 2 pages put together. I don't know. It's weird. Okay. And then this side, yeah, see, it is heavy. That I must have had 2 pages. There. Then you just pick out the little pieces in the middle there with your handy tweezers. Come on. Or not.
Or you learn the counting technique and do it the right way.
Yeah, if I were you, I'd watch a video on the counting technique.
Gosh.
But anyway, this does work, and this is what I would do to get rid of them. And I don't know why that paper's sticking in the middle. But anyway, that's what I would do to get rid of the, oh, I see, because there. Because those papers were torn and I didn't realize it. Okay. Here. Huh. Yeah, that's why. Okay. There. Now you've got a lot less, you see you've got already a lot more room to use to fill up. But they're super easy to make. After you make one, you know, you kind of are less intimidated by the thing and you can do what you need to do to it. Gee, I'm going to finish this one. I love this.
I know, that one's
Yeah.
super cute.
I know, I think
Yeah.
so too. Well, I think they all turned out cute. And I'll tell you what I am going to do on the one that I don't put the cover on first is I'm going to try this method because I love this.
I'm going to try it with instant coffee. Maybe that will work better.
Yeah,
but
right.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe. I don't know why there'd be any difference, but
our
what?
dogs, Baby
Oh,
Girl
well.
and Max, were
Ah.
babysitting And then somebody must be walking by
I'm sure.
outside.
I'm so used to it, I don't even hear it anymore. Between here and my house, there's so many dogs barking that I don't pay any attention. But anyway, as you can see, they're really cute and a lot of fun to make.
Yeah, there's so many possibilities. With
Yeah, and
covers
cheap. I mean, you
and,
know, basically these are just made with scraps, all of them. So, are you trying to get them quiet? Good luck with that.
That's enough now. That's enough now.
But, and again, for sure, we want to thank Mary von Herholz. I hope we're pronouncing your name correct, Mary, for the beautiful documents. They're so gorgeous, and I really wanted to use one in here, and I think it turned out really cute.
It's gorgeous.
I'm going to trim up the page a little bit more down here, but yeah, I thought it turned out really cute. So I don't know, is that all we wanted to talk about today, I guess?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, you guys, well, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next week.